Hello everyone, I'm Rocco from Rocco Reviews, and the iPhone 13 is the best value iPhone model you can buy in 2024. Period. Why? So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. Now don't get me wrong, phones like the iPhone 11 Pro Max and 12 Pro are excellent phones, but for most people, the extra money is just simply not worth it for what you're getting, which are things that 95% of people aren't going to use. You want a good processor? Check. You want to have software updates for a long time? Check. Do you want it to not break the bank? Probably. The iPhone 13 simply doesn't fail at this. Oh, and if you want a small iPhone, there's the iPhone 13 mini, and also the SE. But the SE 5G isn't worth a single dollar. The display alone makes it not worth it. And speaking of the display, the 13 has a 6.1-inch Super AMOLED display with a full HD plus resolution with 60 Hz that produces the perfect colors and gets plenty bright outdoors up to 1200 nits of peak brightness. Up top, Apple slimmed down the notch for the 13 models, which underneath features a 12-megapixel true depth camera, which takes some pretty nice selfies. On the back, it also has a 12-megapixel camera, but two of them, a wide and an ultra-wide, which produce excellent photos in all lighting with cinematic mode and photographic styles. I have some pictures right now going through of some pictures I took recently with my iPhone 13, and I think they look fantastic. They look so good, in fact, that when they are paired with a modern MacBook and a special accessory, it can give you an awesome webcam that'll get everybody on your work Zoom calls wondering what type of camera you're using. To complement the perfect size and good cameras is a pretty good battery too. Although my battery health is at 94%, it still gets me through a day of heavy usage, although it'll need 1 to 1.5 charge cycles midday to keep it going. But that's with lots of Bluetooth music listening, eBay and Instagram scrolling, YouTube watching, and max brightness. Overall, not bad, but your mileage may vary. Now the last thing to talk about that makes the 13 so good is the price. Now I bought this in the beginning of 2024 for $380 for my 128GB Blue Jay variant in quote-unquote good condition, although it arrived in great condition. With only a couple of minor chips in the frame and zero scratches on display of any sort, I think this phone was worth all $380. Overall, this phone is an excellent value, especially given that it's going to have software updates for a very long time because of its super fast processor, which I believe is the A15 Bionic. And that processor was also used in the iPhone 14, and the 13 to 14 are probably going to last a very long time. The iPhone XS is still getting software updates to this day, and the iPhone 13 isn't even 3 years old yet, so I suspect that the iPhone 13 is going to have another 4 years to go, if not longer, given that the 14 that is a year newer also uses the same processor, but only time will tell. But who should upgrade to this phone? And what are some honorable mentions? First, anyone using any iPhone in the 10 or 11 series, including the XS. Anyone using anything earlier probably doesn't have a lot of money, and you should probably look into the 12 series instead. And if you're using a 12, don't upgrade just yet. Wait another year for the 15 to be a year old, and then upgrade to that. And if you're looking at a 14, unless it's the 14 Plus, just skip it altogether. It's not worth it. The 14, although you do get 6 gigs of RAM compared to 4 on the 13, and you get the emergency SOS satellite, you do lose the physical SIM card tray, and if you're switching between phones all the time, that's kind of important. And you're also getting the same processor, same cameras, same display as the 13, and a color palette which I don't think looks as nice. Well, that wraps up my review of the iPhone 13. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out the links in the description down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.